Let's talk about a really powerful metaphor today. The idea that being in a relationship with a narcissist, well, it isn't just a tough spot. It's more like being trapped in a psychological maze, one that's been deliberately designed to keep you lost, confused, and feeling utterly hopeless.
And it all starts with this. This right here, this feeling is the entry point. This quote just nails the raw emotional heart of what it's like to be stuck in there. It's not just a bad relationship, you know? It's that feeling of being in a nightmare you can't wake up from, a total state of emotional paralysis.
So what exactly is this maze? Well, for starters, it's got no physical walls. Think of it as a mental and emotional prison. It's a construct built piece by piece to make you feel so overwhelmed and so hopeless that the idea of escaping feels, well, completely and utterly impossible. When you're inside this maze, day-to-day life just feels incredibly isolating. It's like you're stuck at the bottom of a hole you can't climb out of, or you're walking down this dark tunnel that just never, ever ends. And here's the real kicker. You're not even actively looking for a way out. You're just waiting. You're clinging to this fantasy that some miracle, some outside force is going to come and rescue you, so you don't have to face what's really going on. Now you might be asking, what makes this maze so incredibly hard to get out of? Well, it's built on this really painful central paradox, the belief that if you just try harder, if you just improve yourself, everything will finally get better. But that's the trap.
And this just illustrates that paradox perfectly. On one side, you've got the hope, right? If I can just be better, be kinder, be more understanding, then we'll be okay. But then you look at the other side, and you see the cruel reality. While you're over here doing all this work on yourself, moving forward, the narcissists, they're not moving at all. So every single step you take to improve actually just makes the gap between you two even wider. It's maddening.
And you have to understand, this maze doesn't just happen. Oh no, it has an architect, and that architect is actively, intentionally making sure you stay right where you are.
The main thing this maze is built from is something we can call systematic deception. And I really want you to listen to those words: systematic, deliberate, studied strategy. This isn't just random chaos or bad behavior. It is a calculated, thought-out plan with one single goal in mind: to make sure you never even think about escaping.
So how does the architect do it? They have a whole toolkit. First, there's fear, planting those seeds of doubt, like you'll never find anyone who loves you like I do. Then there's the threat of spilling your secrets to keep you quiet. And of course, there's the constant creation of chaos and drama. And maybe the most twisted tool of all, convincing you that this prison is actually a paradise, and you should feel lucky to be there. We have to stay on this point about chaos for a second. For the maze's architect, chaos isn't some unfortunate side effect. It's fuel. The drama, the fights, the instability. That's what makes them feel powerful and fills that void inside them. Peace, stability, calm, those are the enemy. Because in a peaceful world, the maze loses all its power.
So, naturally, you start thinking about getting out. But what happens when you actually try to find the exit? Well, the tragic irony is that the whole escape process is usually just another part of the maze. It's like a revolving door that spins you right back to where you started.
And this is that frustrating loop. It starts with that spark, that desire for freedom. So you make a real attempt to leave, but you immediately hit a wall of obstacles. And this is the critical part. Instead of finding a new way, you go right back to that old, failed strategy of, I just need to improve myself, hoping this time it'll be different. And just like that, the cycle starts all over again. See, from the architect's point of view, you trying to leave isn't a plea for freedom. Oh no, it is a direct challenge to their power, to their control. And their response is always fast and predictable. They'll do whatever it takes to lure you back, punish you for defying them, and then eventually discard you. But always, always on their own terms. Okay, so if trying to walk out the door just leads you back inside, what is the real exit? The key thing to understand here is, it's probably not what you think it is. Which leads us to this really critical question. When we talk about escaping, are we really just talking about walking out a physical door? And here is the profound, honest truth. You can leave the house, you can leave the city, you could even move to another country and still be completely trapped. Physical distance means nothing here, because the maze isn't made of bricks and mortar. It's built inside your mind, and it's held together by your own emotional attachments. So the real exit, it's not a door you walk through. It's a deep, fundamental transformation that happens inside of you. It's not about changing your address. It's about changing how you see yourself, your own value, and what you are willing to accept from others.
This process is described as forging, like how metal is strengthened in a fire. Falling back into these old patterns again and again, it just means the internal work isn't finished yet. Every painful experience is actually a chance to forge a new version of yourself, a version that knows its values so deeply, that sets boundaries so clearly, that it becomes immune to manipulation. You become a version of you that, quite literally, no longer fits inside the narrow walls of that maze. And so, we end with this question, directed right at you. The answer isn't about analyzing the maze anymore. The true way out is to build your own map, that internal compass that makes the walls of the maze just fade away.